What's going on, y'all? So listen. Um, Ashley, get yourself together. Listen, bitch. I deserve to come on here with all of my goddamn emotions, bitch. We all do because Pose, what the fuck? Okay? Like, why? At this goddamn like it's really over. And I just oh my god. Like, anyway, let's just get up into the show. Let's just get up into the show. Y'all already know. Listen, the emotions is because this was one of my favorite shows that came on in a long time. Like, I would be here front and center for these last 3 seasons. There was no way I was gonna miss an episode because this was right up my alley. This is my community. I love seeing us on that, and it's also a history lesson and everything that's going on. The acting for some of the people was great. The scenes was great. The cinematography was great. The budget was there because the music was the original music and it was great. Bitch, the budget. Let's just talk about the budget and the music soundtrack. Did they put the music soundtrack playlist on fucking Tidal, Apple Music or some shit? Bitch, because if they haven't, they need to. There was so many. Listen, Deborah Cox, nobody's supposed to be here. Janet Jackson, We Go Deep, ending the goddamn show with a Whitney Houston fucking song. Bitch, having a couple of Aaliyah songs in this goddamn season. All other legends, Diana fucking Ross. Like, the budget was there for this goddamn show, okay? And what makes me so mad about this, and I'm just gonna put this out here before we get into the actual review. I have to get my feelings out because, baby, what makes me so mad about Pose and makes me get in my feelings is the lack of respect that it gets when it comes to awards time, okay? Out of all the people that's on this show, the only ones that we actually saw get nominated for something was Billy Porter, and a lot of other people deserves it, okay? And what also annoys me, no shade, BET, NAACP, Image Awards and shit like that. Why won't y'all nominate Pose for anything? Cinematography, choreography, or musical, whatever the fuck you want to do it, bitch, give them something. Give them something. Best actor, best supporting actor, actress, and all this stuff. And BT, I get it. I get it. Y'all trying to be LGBT inclusive. Listen, I just looked at this show called Love Tales, on the BET streaming app, and it was really good. It was some lesbianic stuff, of course Ashley was gonna be there, and it was black, and you incorporate. We got the show 20s, okay, and you got a masculine presenting woman on there that's lead, okay. We get it. We got B Scott, coming over there to do the after show for that, okay. So you making inclusion for all of that now, but yet you can't give them a nomination in 3 fucking seasons. Even in this award season, you couldn't give Pose a nomination. Bitch, get them a nomination next season, okay? Just give them a fucking nomination, bitch, okay? Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry, I just had to go off because it's some shows that really deserves. I could go off about Power too. Power has some good shit, and they don't be getting nominated for the Emmys and shit like that. Fuck them. But anyway, moving on. Let's just get into the show. Let's just get into the season finale. No, series finale. Okay, Ashley, calm down. I just want the girls to get the stuff. I just want them to get the recognition that they deserve. And shout out to MJ Rodriguez, Miss Michaela J. All right, she got a new song out called Say Something. It's cute. It's cute. It's real cute. I was like, all right, sis, do what you gotta do. Like I said, India Moore, she finna be in a new movie, Escape Room. I'm giving everybody their accolades and giving everybody their goddamn flowers because, who to say they gonna get it some more, okay? Everybody working, it seems like it. Shout out to Angel, aka Poppy. I hope you and Janet still doing, girl. Moving on, let me stop. Mother Electra is in a little campaign with Solange with her Saint Huron. Bitch, fuck this. Fuck this. I'm getting in my feelings. Okay, calm down. Okay, let's get into the show. This series finale was cute. All right. At first I was like, girl, what is this? But then I started getting really into it, and I think I was like that because I just didn't want it to end. I just wanted to find something wrong with it so I could bitch about it and be like, this is what y'all give us and all this shit. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It had my emotions going on a roller coaster, and like I said, the only thing that I really couldn't stand about this season in particular, because it was just so noticeable, it was the timeline. I'm like, how many months ahead are we? Okay, because when we first started off, we was in 1994, and by the time we ended, we was in 1998. Okay. So like they couldn't give us a specific timeline, like this episode takes place at 6 months later, you know what I'm saying, or this episode takes place a year later, you know what I'm saying. That's what they could have did. I would have liked that, but hey, it is what it is. It's nothing we can do about it now. But as we get into the episode, the series finale, we started off with bitch, how we start this shit off? Girl, I didn't went so far. I went so goddamn hard. Blanca, she's still up in the ward. It was 2 hours long, so if I forget some stuff, we can talk about it in the comments. She's still on the AIDS ward. She's still a hospital aide. You know what I'm saying? And she's working, and she was talking to a patient, a white patient, and I have to say that I have to differentiate that because it comes into play later into the episode, especially within the first hour, you know. So um, she's talking to him, and you can see that he literally looked like he's on his last leg or damn near about to be. He's looking sickly. He has something wrong with his tongue. What they call it, thrush or something like that. Look like a whole bunch of plaque and shit build up on his tongue or whatever, but it hurts. And I think he has some lesions or whatever. He just looked really sick. Okay. And he was talking to Blanca about this trial, this drug trial that he wanted to try to get into with the drug cocktails. Okay. And that's what I think a lot of people were taking around the mid 90s, late 90s or whatever. They was doing the cocktails instead of the AZT, and finding out that it was more effective. And then I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm pretty sure like they probably still got cocktails and probably got maybe taking lesser pills that are more effective now. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so he was talking about that. Next thing you know, Judy came up in there and was like, listen, Blanca, Pray Tell ain't never told me no shit like this. He ain't never just kept me in the blue. He ain't called me or nothing. Next thing I know, he up in the goddamn room. They didn't admitted him. I said, oh my God, so this is y'all finna do it to us early. I said, y'all finna do it to us early. Damn, bitch, can you brace us? Can you give us a chance to get seated and get our drinks or whatever? Y'all finna take him out early. God damn. Pray Tell is sitting up in that bed like he is laying in that bed like he is ready to go. Pray Tell got pneumonia. Okay, he got pneumonia from, I guess, for the second time or something like that, because this is not the first. I don't know which number it was, but, the doctor was basically saying that he looked like he was on his deathbed. Okay, and the doctor was basically telling him that at this point there was really nothing that he can do because his immune system is just a bit just done. It's just done. It's not gonna fight it off or whatever. It's too weak. It's not there. And I was just like, oh my God. So of course, Blanca is there for him. He just wanted Blanca to, lay there with him. And he was talking about the little quilt that they was gonna do, add his name to the quilt, for those who they lost, And so at this point, he was like, I'm gonna continue to sew it up and fix it up or whatever. He was going to jazz it up, put a little, razzle dazzle here, some little sequence here and there or whatever, and told Blanca to give him his bag. And so that's what he was going to do. And they just sitting there, you know, looking at it and doing all this stuff. And it was a touching moment because we know the bond between Blanca and Pray Tell. It goes deep. It's like it's deeper than blood, deeper than family. It's just really deep. And that was cool. Next thing you know, we see Blanca. I guess this is sometime later. Um, she sees the same patient that she saw earlier, the white boy, and he looks so much better. He looks healthier and everything. Come to find out, he didn't got a part of this trial. Okay, now when he was telling Blanca about the trial earlier, she was like, it's not that it. She was having doubts about it, and she really wasn't sure about it or whatever. But somehow, saying he somehow got in. You know what I'm saying? Because she was saying how other people was trying to get in. When they talk about other people, we're talking about people of color. Okay, Latinos, and black people. They was trying to get in into the trial, but they wasn't letting them. But all of a sudden, this white boy, he found a way to get up in there just because of his color of his skin. So of course, Blanca had to tell Christopher, her boyfriend, who is a doctor, what was going on. And of course, they all mad. Judy, Christopher, Blanca go up there to the hospital administrator, whatever, the head boss or whatever, talking about the trial. And, he was just going to fuck off about how it really wasn't that many. It was 80 people in this trial. And out of the 80 people, was only 2 people of color that was in there, And so they was just demanding that they do something to make this effective. And this was a pivotal moment and a good scene for me, because this is what we see that happens so much. Okay, even today, we still have to fight for diversity to happen in these trials, because sometimes shit does not affect, white people or Caucasian people, if you want to be politically correct or whatever correctness you want to say. It does not affect a certain group of people the same way that it affects us. Okay, it might affect us differently. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. So you have to put diversity up in there so we can know how this goes. And so, Blanca basically said, if you don't do nothing about this, we gonna act the fuck up, because she with this group act out, her and Judy, and you have to look that up. I remember hearing first about it. It was this movie called A Normal Heart. That's when I first really heard about it, and the whole timeline about the AIDS, what went down, and the groups and organizations that happened with that. And so, at first, the doctor, she was just not really here for it, but she understood, and she was on their side. So she pulled some strings to get Pray Tell into the trial, and Christopher wanted Blanca up in there too, but Blanca was just really like, I'm not that sick, okay? So, I haven't been really sick since for a year or so. And that's what one of the conversations that her and Pray Tell was having, because he couldn't understand how is it that Blanca was still cool and he's out here living on his last leg, basically. And so at this point, you know, they wind up getting in, but Blanca is, feeling some type of way, and she's having a conversation with Christopher, and it kind of reminds me of the conversation and debates that we've been having recently when it comes to this COVID vaccine, because Blanca didn't really want to be, she was having doubts about being on this cocktail and being in this trial, because of the simple fact that we don't know how this going to affect us or whatever. And we know about the Tuskegee project, when they gave all them black men syphilis, and we know about she told us about some facts about some Puerto Rican ladies being tested, having the birth control, being tested on them, and some of them dying and stuff like that, using people of color, okay, black and brown people as guinea pigs. And she just wasn't really here for it. And that's exactly what we was doing, okay? And some of y'all, we still going back and forth about whether or not to get this COVID vaccine. So it's just crazy how history is repeating itself, and we see so many similarities. But of course, Christopher was being there. It was it's black people that worked on the COVID vaccine. Okay, but to each his own. And that's what Christopher had to tell her. Like, it's okay, it's safe, you can do it or whatever. And so at this particular point, we get Ricky walking down the street, and then he see Pray Tell. I'm like, what is this? What time period is this? Because Pray Tell, because at first I thought it was like a dream or something, that he was dreaming seeing Pray Tell walking down the street. But no, this was real, because Pray Tell does not look like what Pray Tell looked like when we last saw him in the hospital bed. Pray Tell looked good. He was healthy. He was vibrant. He was himself again. He had a little pep in his step. He did have the cane, but he didn't. It was like he didn't really need it. His eyesight was back. Okay, and I was just like, wow, this is great. So they're catching up and everything, and talking about what they need to do. Being with each other, and how life's been and how they missed each other. And then this is when Ricky and Pray Tell go to this place, and we hear these men's singing. And this was what Pray Tell found out about when he was going to rehab, and this is what he got involved with to help him out, you know. And it was the gay men's choir. And so they got up there and they was listening to them sing, and they did a good job. And you know, he was telling Ricky, maybe you want to be a part of it. So you know, he gets up there, and you see that some of the men are, well, most of the men are in black, and then it was like three people that was in white. And so when they got to singing the first song, they had the black people in black, and it was multicultural. People in black had their backs to the audience, and then the people in white, you know, they're facing forward, because the people in white represents the people that are still here that founded the choir, or I think, or something, but they're still alive. And the people in black are the ones that passed away from this illness. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought that was very, very touching to put out there. And you know, Ricky and Pray Tell are vibing on that. We got Blanca and Pray Tell talking at this point, you know, going over the quilt and everything. And I'm sitting here looking at that quilt like, this Pray Tell. Now y'all gonna have to jazz this quilt up. I hope it look better than this plain ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, just talking about what he wanted to be remembered for, and you know, talking about the balls and how they're family, and it brings hope and joy and stuff like that. And you know, they just reminiscing and you know, coming together. And I just love every scene between Blanca and Pray Tell, because when Pray Tell is feeling down, Blanca lifts him up. Okay, Blanca, you know, she's always giving a speech or whatever, and it's needed at the time. Sometimes they be doing too fucking much. Okay, too fucking much. All right. Uh, you know, she want to make plans and do this and do that. Okay, and just be able to live. Like Pray Tell, at this point, he has a new leash on life, and he want to get back into the ballroom, and you know, do show that he still got it, because the last time that he was in the ballroom or whatever, you know, he was a drunken mess. And now he's better. Okay, so he got this new leash on life, and he wants to do better, and he's getting that encouragement. So therefore he gonna go out there, strut his stuff, and do what he gotta do. Meanwhile, Ricky comes over there, and they're talking about what they need to do. And Ricky start basically saying how you know, because Pray Tell was asking him, you gonna go back on tour or something like that? And he was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm just getting a little bit too old for this. It's not really what I want. And I'm like, you know, I didn't pick up on it at that time, and I wasn't expecting this, but basically he was downplaying it because of something that happened. And, you know, Ricky Pray Tell was trying to tell him, you know, you need to get out there and you need to live your life, okay? You're not done yet, all right? So why are you having, like, he's just trying to get him out of that thought pattern. And we find out the reason why. This is where I first started tearing up a little bit. Ricky started opening up his shirt, and baby, Ricky had a lesion on his goddamn chest. I said, so wait a minute. Curveball number fucking one, bitch. I said, now I kind of suspected that something was going to happen to Pray Tell in the beginning. I knew he was going to end up in the hospital because we saw that in the preview. We got that. Pray Tell still here. So I'm just like, okay, fine. Pray Tell going to probably make it throughout this whole thing. That's what I'm thinking, bitch. You know? And then when Ricky opened up his shirt and he crying and he showed a lesion, I'm like, oh my God. And at that particular moment, I literally had forgot that Ricky was HIV positive. Okay? I had forgot all about that. You know what I'm saying? And so at this particular moment, you got, you know, Ricky was trying to, you know, well, Pray Tell was, you know, trying to be there for him. Because they acting like that. I think they got back together at one particular point. And I'm pretty sure they fucked each other. You know, it is what it is. You seen your ex, everything looking good or whatever. So let me comfort you. Let me have some, oh, I ain't seen you in a long time, sex or whatever. And let me have some, oh, I'm vulnerable, please hold me type of sex. That's what they had. You can't tell me no different, because bitch, it would have been me. Anyway, moving on from that. We get Pray Tell and Judy sitting up in the you know, cafeteria of the hospital, and they're just talking about shooting the shits, okay? Girl, I don't remember everything that they was talking about because this was 2 hours long. But baby, I'm gonna hit the key parts, okay? Y'all can fill it in the comments. But baby, while they sitting there talking and catching up on everything that's going on, Blanca and Christopher come down there and basically start telling them, listen, They not letting nobody else up into the trial. Okay, they not letting nobody else up into the trial or whatever, especially people of color at this point. And Pray Tell said the one thing that really stood out. He was like, so they give us life with this cocktail stuff only so that we can be set with survivor's guilt, because we are actually feeling better. We are actually living while everybody else is out there, dying. Okay, so we need to find out. We need to do something, and Blanca and them, they do a protest, all right, because they're with the group Act Up. They go out there, they protest, they got all the people. We see Lulu at this particular point. This episode, well, this first part in particular, was just focused on Blanca and Pray Tell. That's all that we truly got. But then when we get to the protest, we see Blanca, we see Pray Tell, we see Pray Tell basically leading it and in front of the police. Baby, it was giving me flashback to shit that happened over the summer last year, with all the police. And then when we see the whole house, Lulu, Angel, and Poppy and everybody. You know what I'm saying? We see them out there, and it was fine up until the police calling them F words and pushing people, and next thing you know, they beating up on people, throwing people in the I said, oh my God, it is too much. Okay, they was just trying to say that healthcare is a right. They trying to make it so that this, and that's what was going on. A lot of people back then could have been helped a lot sooner if they had the wherewithal to get the drugs to help them. And most of it came down to the fact that it wasn't available in most communities, mainly the Black and Latino communities, and even the ones that weren't Black and Latino, they couldn't afford it because it was too pricey. You know what I'm saying? It was way too pricey, and they didn't have insurance, or the insurance wouldn't cover it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they was fighting for, the right to health care, which should be a human right, okay, which we still are fighting for, okay, in general. So then we get to the ball, all right. We got Pray Tell and Blanca getting ready, and just ready to reclaim their glory. They haven't walked in the ball in months or whatever, so they just basically getting ready. That's all that it is. And of course, Blanca, she said, she was talking about, is this where she told him that Christopher is gonna move out? Like when his lease is up, he moving in with Blanca. I said, Christopher, what the fuck? Now I said, this is cute or whatever, cause Pray Tell was like, he cute, he a little too clean for me, but he good for you, baby. You got the best one. No, he got the best one out of you and all this shit. Okay, listen, let me tell you something. When she said that shit about Christopher, as soon as his lease is up, he gonna be moving in with her. I said, bitch, what? Now, Christopher, sir. Okay, you call me bougie or whatever the fuck, bitch. I like good shit, okay? I can't just be up in no raggedy looking motherfucking shit, okay? I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, okay? Looks matter in that area to me, all right? I can't, girl. Fuck that vintage look. No. Blanca live in a piece of shit ass apartment. That's why it got on my nerves. It grinded my nerves real bad when Electra gave her that new furniture up in that regular ass piece of shit of apartment. I get that it got sentimental reasons and values and all this stuff and memories and shit. But baby, it's time to move the fuck on up out that place, okay? Blanca, no, baby girl. You can no move in with Christopher. Christopher, go back to the landlord and say I'ma sign on for another year or so. Okay, because bitch, my bitch finna move in with me. Okay, that's what's finna happen. I'm finna get her out of this shithole. All right, I'm finna get her out of this shithole. But see, that man loves her. That is showing love. Okay, because it wouldn't have been me. I would have been like, no, babe, we can go find a new place, but we not moving up in this shit. If you love me, I love you, but baby, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay. I said, all right, that's cute or whatever. So they get ready. Next thing you know, they the last one. Bitch, they said it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I said, what the fuck? 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. But they was out there finna pay homage to the queen, Miss Diana Ross, the boss, okay? When she was out there in Central Park. And, it started raining, and she kept on singing and doing her thing. If you have not seen that Diana Ross concert when she was in Central Park, you have got to see it. I think it was 1988. Was it 1988? Baby, you got to see it. It's on YouTube. The last time I saw it was on YouTube. It was amazing, okay? I said, that's how you fucking do it. And they both came out there with their Diana Ross wigs and everything, going makeup on, face did and everything. They did a little choreography, had a little cape on. Next thing you know, they take the cape off. They doing choreography still, lip syncing and everything, because it's to Candy's refrain. Remember, they added that to the ball after Candy passed away. So now they're doing it, ending the ball with that. And so they get out doing that. They start stripping away clothes. Christopher, this is his first time at the ball. He watching her in amazement. I was like, that's a supportive man right there. See, I love it. I said, listen, they got some good beings on this show. I just love it, bitch. All right, every nigga ain't a dog, okay? There's some supportive motherfuckers out there for y'all, okay? We just gotta weed through the bullshit to get to the right one. All right, let that be a lesson to y'all. Next thing you know, they got some water coming out. I said, oh shit, bitch, we got props. Okay. I said, this is 1990 something. Okay, bitch, we got props and everything. Water and everything coming out. You know what I'm saying? They did a fucking good job, all right? And so, you know, at the end, they outside and Blanca talking to Pray Tell and Ricky, and they just congratulating each other. And it was cool, and Christopher was just giving him props and saying that, you know, Pray Tell looked fine. And they was asking him, bitch, you know, he was saying how for this to be his first ball experience, it kind of reminded him of church, you know, the praising and the costume and the singing and all of this stuff, you know, the theatrics or whatever. And it was like, so when you gonna get out there and do your ball? He said, no, sweetie, okay, this is cute or whatever for y'all, but it ain't cute for me, okay? So I'm gonna just watch and I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all gotta do. So everything was going good, you know what I'm saying? And you know how they do a little foreshadowing? I just got a weird feeling when I was watching this particular scene. And I was just like, something like, I said, you know, we are an hour into this. I just got a, I don't know what it was, but I just got a weird feeling that something was going to happen. And baby, Pray Tell gone home. You know, after he you know, hugged Blanca, and what they were singing was "Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough." They were singing that, and he whispered in her ear, "Ain't no mountain high enough." And I was just like, oh, that was a foreshadowing moment, just in case y'all did not realize it. And then the way that the camera stayed on him as he was walking away, I was just like, something is about to happen. So I'm sitting in here bracing myself. And, you know, he goes home, he's taking his makeup off, and I'm just looking at the way that he's looking and his body's looking like, it just looked like he had this aura of contentment, like, I don't know, like you just knew something was gonna happen, and I just braced myself because I was just like, I think this one is gonna happen. I think this one is gonna happen, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to put it out there. And next thing you know, Ricky comes over to see him. He comes in, and Pray Tell is laying on the bed, eyes wide open. Pray Tell is laying on the bed, and next thing you know, Ricky is trying to revive him. He do the little CPR, and it was just Ricky and his reaction. And I feel like that shit was real as fuck, okay? He was like, pray, please pray, you know. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. You see how my eyes warding up now? Like, I'm warding up. I was warding up right there, okay? I was warding up. I said, okay, we ain't finna let no tears drop, bitch. Next thing you know, Blanca is in the hospital, you know, doing her job. Judy comes over there talking to her, pull her away, and we don't hear what was said, but we know what was going on because the urgency from what she just stopped doing, and she started running down the hall into the lobby, and she sees Ricky, and she was like, Ricky, what's going on? And what's going on with Pray? And they was like, they did all that they can do, and Ricky is crying, bloodshot eyes, and when I tell you, baby, Ashley let the floodgates go. When Blanca and that scream, and when she brought, bitch. I said, bitch, I wasn't ready. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but bitch, I didn't want to see it. Girl, I said, You got me so emotional. Whitney Houston, goddamn. They know it was gonna hit me that hard. But bitch, when I tell you it hit me, it hit me in my throat. I'm sitting here like this. It just was a lot. It was a lot, okay? Next thing you know, and then I said, bitch, give me a break, okay? Give me a break. I was like, all right. Everybody sitting at the dinner table because obviously they must have had the little funeral, whatever they was going to have. And next thing they're just talking about Ricky wouldn't, Pray Tell wouldn't like them to just not go eating and everything. And they was just trying to understand what went on. And we find out that, he had something that was happening. Like he had inflammation of his heart. And this was something that was happening over time or whatever. And, they start talking about the drugs or whatever. And, with a trial, sometimes you get the actual drug and sometimes you get a placebo. And I think what Christopher was saying, that it's a possibility that Pray Tell had got a placebo, and what made him appear to be getting better is that his immune system probably kicked in. Okay, and that's just what it was. And it was like probably, his mind was tricking him into making him feel like making his body feel like he was doing good or whatever. So I'm sitting here like, yeah, that does happen in a trial. But at one point, Ricky had put out there that he was sharing drugs with him too. And he was like, he was getting extra drugs. They was like, wait a minute, what you need some drugs for? And he was like, because I found a lesion on my body, and, he was giving me extra drugs from the trial and all this stuff, woo, woo, woo. And, I don't know, he was like that the people at the trial was giving him extra because somebody had dropped out. And so at this point, Judy was sitting there like, no, when you in the trial, ain't no doctor finna, give you extra drugs, and you can't steal no drugs, okay? You don't even have access to the drugs like that, only the ones that they give you. And then he realizes what was going on, and this was what really made. I said, oh my God, just seeing Ricky's reaction, because I started to figure it out. I said, bitch, Pray Tell literally sacrificed himself for Ricky. Can you imagine living with the thought that the person that you love really let his life go, his or her life go, so that you can live a better life? Because in Pray Tell's mind, it's like he did everything that he could do at this point, okay? But you see Ricky, and he's young, because Ricky was complaining about how he almost 30 years old and he didn't feel accomplished or anything, and he wanted him to go on and to continue to, oh my God, to make a life. In a way that Ricky just broke down, and once he starts to realize what was going on and what Pray Tell did for him, baby, oh my God. And they started hugging him at the table. I was just like, oh my God, this was so fucking sad. Why y'all had to do this shit to me? Like, it was just a lie. It was just a lie. I just really wasn't expecting all this. Like, I knew it was going to be tears, but baby, it was just, I said, Pray Tell went out a fucking G. He really did. Like, caring for other people to the end. Like, he really loved Ricky. And then one scene that I didn't expect happened, this scene with Pray Tell's mother knocking on Blanca's door to talk to her. And then basically wanted to fulfill Pray Tell's final wish, because, remember that he gave a power of attorney to Jackie, which was his aunt, on the show. And, one of his things was to put his ashes in the lockets and give it to his friends that mean something. And so she took half the ashes and she kept them for herself, and she took them to Blanca, the rest to Blanca, so that she can put them in the lockets and give it to the people that meant something to them, and then do whatever else that they wanted to do with the rest of the ashes. But what set that scene off and made it powerful was the fact that his mother had a hard time in the beginning coming to terms with the fact that he was gay. And then it took that visit for them to make a connection, and for her to finally apologize for what happened to him, and for him to be able to forgive her for not standing up for him and being there for him. To her coming to this conclusion and just not being disrespectful to Blanca in her own home, but saying that, I know that you are a mother. She called her a mother, okay, straight up, and was just saying how You were like his mother. You was more of his mother than I was. And I was just sitting here like, whoa, your mother, you're his sister, you're his family. You know what I'm saying? She was giving her so much respect. Baby, I said that was powerful. That was powerful to me. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bitch. That was powerful, okay? That was powerful for a mother to realize, come to another person and realize the impact that they had on their child. Oh, that was everything. That was beautiful, okay? Um, they was going to do this act up thing again meeting, and they was talking about how the drugs for the AIDS was the virus was being, inflated. Like it was just going up so high, people can't do nothing about it. And so they was just talking about what they needed to do, and they came up with this conclusion that we're gonna take some of the ashes of the ones that passed away, who were cremated, and we're gonna go to the mayor's house and, spread the ashes in front of their house. And that's exactly what they did. And that's what, Blanca did with the rest of Pray Tell's ashes. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, with that whole scene, when the gates of the when the gates of the mayor's office house opened up, I said, bitch, how the fuck that happened? Who cut the goddamn gate? Who cut the cord, bitch? How they get up in that bitch so easily like that? What? I was like, where's the security? Where's the security? But anyway, that was cute, whatever. I mean, I don't think it really happened, but it could have. But before that, Blanca had everybody to come to Pray's place or whatever and give them lockets. And he even gave Electra a locket, even though he was joking. We found out he was joking that he didn't want her to get one, but he did give it to her. And he had said something nice about everything. How Lulu was always his was a strength, and he would think about her to get strength, and how Electra, even though she comes off a certain way, she has a big heart and all that stuff, and Angel and the three guys that were his friends, he was just saying really nice things. But when it came to Blanca, he didn't leave nothing. And then it was like Blanca said, basically, we've known each other and we never went a day without saying what we meant to each other. So there was nothing left to be said to each other. So we said everything that we needed to say to each other. I said, oh, y'all just gonna make it so fucking, okay. And so they go to the quilt, and I'm feeling all these emotions, right? I'm feeling all these emotions, okay? And they said, we see the quilt that they was working on, the live, word, pose, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, I'm looking at it, and I said, you just put that little disco ball down there, and it's still just the black and white shit. I said, Blanca, bitch, throw some goddamn glitter on that hoe, okay? Throw some glitter on that bitch. Jazz it up. It's Pray Tell, bitch. Sparkle, bitch. Let it sparkle. Let it stand out. I said, I would have came back and been like, bitch, let me guide your hand, okay? Because you're not doing it right. Blanca, I done told you, bitch. This is not how it go. Then we get up into a few years later. I don't know how many years later, but now it's 1998, okay? And we see Christopher and Blanca sitting at the table, and she's about to blow out a cupcake because Blanca is officially a nurse now. And I was like, damn, bitch, we couldn't get a graduation up in this hole. I would like to cheer. Yay, go Blanca. And they finna celebrate their 4-year anniversary. I said, wait a minute, so y'all was together for 4 years? Oh my God, like, I like this. Okay, I said, that's cute or whatever. She got to go do some shit with the girls. Meet up with them, go talk to Judy because she don't work at the same hospital anymore. She got to go do some other stuff. So they going to celebrate the, anniversary later. They was getting nasty with each other. He was like, I'm going to do all this stuff to you. He was like, you so nasty. He was like, but you like it though. And she was like, I do. Bitch, I be saying that all the fucking time. Let me stop. I had a flashback. I'm like, bitch, you be liking that shit. Let me tell you something. For motherfuckers that be like, they don't like when they person be talking to, use a goddamn lie. If you don't like that nasty talk, it ain't even nasty. You be like, I'm gonna do all this to you, whatever. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. But you like it though. I do, but to make you blush and shit like that, bitch, you was a goddamn lie or something wrong with you. Your pussy broke. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm just saying. Anyway, so she goes up there to see Judy. Judy is on the fourth floor now. She's working with babies. She said she was meant to watch life come alive. Okay, after witnessing so many people pass away, she's now in a better position where she's seeing life being brought into the world. And the hospital then upgraded because they got more money now, that they're seeing lesser, fewer AIDS patient comes in, so they done painted the walls. They don't look so raggedy as it used to. Everything all updated and everything. We see Blanca. It's like a 180 degrees turn from when we first saw Blanca in the very first episode. Go back to season 1, episode 1. Blanca was in that same hallway, and Blanca was waiting for the nurse to come out their room to call her to give her test results. And the girl kind of looked like Blanca that she called into her office, Sapphire. And she has no one. She's new in the city. She has no one. She's working at Piers. And it's damn near like Blanca's story. And she is HIV positive. And, she's telling her that you can live with this. There's so many other things that you can do. She's been living with HIV for the past. Well, when she was talking to the dude at the beginning, she said she had it for 7 years or something like that. So she's been here for a minute, you know what I'm saying, over 10 years. And so just giving her encouragement and telling her to come down to the ball, and she's still doing the balls. And I was like, oh, all right, that's cute. She's still doing the balls or whatever. She got her whole house of Evangelista back. And she got kids or whatever. I was like, that's nice. Then we see her and Electra walking down the middle of the street or whatever. And I said, look at Mother Electra with the great street, bitch. You aging gracefully and embracing your shit. Because Electra is vain as fuck, okay? You would have thought that bitch would have dyed that streak up, you know what I'm saying? But she let it flow and let it glow, all right? And, this is during the time where Sex and the City is out. So everybody's coming into the restaurant, ordering the cosmetology and all that stuff. And they was talking about Sex in the City. But fuck Sex in the City. That's some white in the city, because I don't see no black people in there. Bitch, I tried to look at the first season. It just didn't do it for me. I mean, it didn't age well, okay? And maybe it's just not for me, okay? First of all, I'm gay as fuck. Second of all, I'm black as fuck. Third of all, I'm not feminine like that. So, girl, I couldn't relate, okay? But anyway, so they just talking and catching up about what they've been doing. Lulu, she's a accountant now. Angel about to, she's embraced motherhood. Poppy Jr., he's going to 3rd grade or whatever. And, Poppy then got her a little campaign for this hair product or whatever. Blanca, she's the new nurse. And what's her name? Electra, she didn't move. She's still working with the mob, okay? And Mama still's a rich bitch, okay? She was like, bitch, I can drop $1,000 on the floor and look at that shit like, bitch, it ain't nothing. I said, bitch, for real? I want to be like you. Okay, shit. Well, money ain't nothing to me. Girl, fuck that. Because she moved her operation from not being just about phone sex. She knows how to move it up with the times to webcam. Okay? And that was popular back in the 90s. Okay? AOL. And the chat rooms and shit, bitch. Let me stop. What's your ASL? Bitch, that's back when ASL mean age, sex, location, not the shit that it means today. Somebody told me ASL means ass hell. I seen that shit and I said, wait a minute, what? That don't even make fucking sense. But okay. And so at this point, Blanca talking about she finna go to the ball or whatever. Her house about to ball and she want the girls to come. And Alexa said, not in that sweaty ass boxes of shit. Why we still doing that? Okay, we have evolved from that, all right? And Blanca gives this whole speech about what the ball done for us and how it make us strut our stuff and it brought us together as family. Woo, woo, woo. We know how Blanca be giving her speeches and shit. And I'm sitting here thinking that it had convinced them to go. Girl, Lulu said, I got some shit to do. I gotta do it's audit season or whatever, tax season and all that shit, so I gotta do that. Angel said, listen, my baby got the sniffles. Okay, Electra said, sweaty ass box. I'm just not gonna go. I said, leave it to Electra to tell the goddamn truth. But of course, it is what it is. Blanca get down there to the ball, and who do we see walking the world and still performing? Lamar. I said, damn, Lamar, you gonna ballroom till you die, huh? Okay. Next thing you know, we see one of her kids trying to hurry up and get in there. His name is Dion. And we found out that Ricky is the father of Evangelista. Okay, I was like, all right, he chewing Dion out like, when you 15 minutes early, you on time. When you on time, you late or whatever, and all this stuff. And it was like, I know. He was like, if I can take off early from working with Destiny Giles, I said, Destiny fucking what? I said, Beyonce, Kelly. Which one? No, it was Beyonce, Kelly, and Latavia and Latoya at this time, because if it's 1998, that was them girls. Okay, that was the original. Bitch, if they was to get back together, girl, and just do something, a little harmonizing or something, that'd be cute. That'd be cute as fuck. Y'all owe us. You owe us. I just want you to know that, bitch. While you posting on the goddamn Graham and said, you owe us. I'm just saying. Throw a little bit of Michelle up in there too to kick off the goddamn bridge and everything will be all right. But anyway, moving on from that, Blanca come in there. They talking to the new people and all that stuff, giving them little pep talks. They go out there, they do their thing, they work the ball. And of course they get all tens across the board. All right. But right before it gets over, they get introduced a special guest. And it is actually Electra. And she's giving this award to Blanca has now become what they call in the ballroom a legend. Okay, she's legendary now. Bitch, I gotta go watch the last couple of episodes of Legendary. I thought it was just one. I'm 2 episodes behind. Anyway, and so we see her there, and we are, they surprised that Electra was there, and then everybody else shows up. Angel, Poppy, Lulu, everybody shows up, and they just, giving her love, giving her praises and everything. And then Sapphire, she shows up and she was like, "This is your new sister." Now take her in the back, beat her face so she can come on out here. Miss Girl was like, "What you talking about?" She was like, "Bitch, you about to rock your first ball. Okay, that's what we about to do." And at this particular point, Blanca was just sitting up in there reminiscing, smoking her cigarette. She comes outside, and one of the other houses was out there complaining about not winning any trophies. So they asked Blanca, "What's good? Why we can't win no trophies? What do we have to do?" And so it goes back once again. The past is coming to the present. We got Pray Tell still being in her ear and still being her like guardian angel, and she's remembering what happened when she first became a house mother and how she didn't win and he gave her the pep talk. And so now she's giving them the pep talk as to not quitting and to look to your children as the reason to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And repeating some of his words or whatever. And it ended on a beautiful note. It ended on a beautiful note, and we see Pray Tell there. We and then the camera pans out as Blanca's walking away. Listen, I don't give a fuck. I liked it. I liked it. Okay, I don't know what I expected. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It touched my nerves. It touched my emotions and everything. And I'm just thank y'all. Thank y'all for the people who did Pose, Ryan Murphy, Jenny Mock, everybody who worked on this show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was something that we needed. It was something for the culture. And I just wish everybody that was on this show, I want them to have more success, and I don't want this to be the only thing that they do. Okay, I want them to flourish. I really do. We have to wake up. We have to wake up and just evolve. Okay, get up out the old shit and let us go ahead and do what we need to do. But anyway, let me stop preaching and let me let y'all go to bed or enjoy the rest of y'all day. And I will see y'all later. Peace.